Um, this is probably gonna about be my last topic. I think I have time to talk about one more another topic that I'm just gonna do it off the cuff. I had no notes for it, but I'm just gonna do it off the cuffs because I'd rather just do it now. But I've learned three major things from watching basketball this week. So the third thing, no, top three. The top three things I learned from watching basketball this week. Number three, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are the best, third best duo in the NBA right now. 2 years from now, I believe they will be number one. I think it's Steph and Clay. When healthy, Steph and Clay are overall by far, they're on another stratosphere when it comes to how great they are. Number two, I still have CJ and Dame. I just talked about them. Those guys can go ballistic. Those guys be at an arms race. They be like, oh, you got 40, Dame? Let me try and get 50. I really think that's how they go. I think that's how Steph and Clay goes too, especially when it comes to that 3-point barrage. When Steph and Clay were playing and like the Warriors were going off, I always watch the game. I'm like, when's the avalanche gonna come? Because like we talk about this runs and stuff, but when it comes to the Warriors, it's not a run, it's an avalanche. Because you go from either up by 2 or 3 to down by like 40 in like 2 minutes. So, but what I saw today, and what I've been watching the Celtics throughout the season. Jason Tatum, he's at his own right now. But Jaylen Brown, and people still think Jaylen Brown is the third best player on the Celtics. I think Jaylen Brown is if he's not better than Kemba Walker, I think he's right there with Kemba Walker. That man is different. Inside game, outside game, he is starting to get consistent at the 3-point shot. His first 2 years, that was like I think to me that was my biggest concern. He's inconsistent offensively, but now he's good. Like this man went ballistic against the Trailblazers. If it wasn't for him, I think the Trailblazers win the game. So I have them 3. Yes, I have them over LeBron and AD. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I don't have to explain myself. Whatever, you know. I earlier in the show, you guys saw me talk about the First Amendment. That's my freedom of speech. The second thing I learned: rebounding is about to become an overrated stat. The Warriors showed you it's an overrated stat before, but we was like, they found ways to get rebounds. The Rockets are trying to show you guys it's an overrated stat. The Rockets, the past 2 games, were out rebounded from both teams, yet won the game. It's all about grit and determination at the end of the day. All about grit and determination at the end of the day. How bad do you want it? The Rockets are showing me they want it bad. My only thing, I didn't mention this, but my only problem or I guess concern for the Rockets is, are they gonna burn out? Because first of all, the Rockets, they only play about 8 players. How good is their condition? I know right now they have fresh legs after being off for about 5 months, 4 or 5 months. But when August 17th comes, when the playoff comes, they have a 6-game grueling series in advance. They have to play maybe 2 days later. And then game 3 comes, they're down 2-0. You know, game 3s are usually the swing, the swing game. They lose that, man, because they're tired. That's the only way. That's the only problem I see the Rockets coming into. But I don't know. Maybe D'Antoni has them running all the time. I don't know. But rebounds could become an overrated stat. Everything down low is becoming, I don't want to say obsolete, but it's becoming less and less of an importance. Everything is now outside. You gotta be able to shoot threes. You gotta be able to hit a running transition, mid-range shot, all those things. I don't think the inside game is as much of an importance as it used to be. I still love the inside game. I still believe the inside game could win games for you. But the Rockets are showing that it's not. And teams are allowing the Rockets to do that, which is asinine to me. If you have a big man like Porzingis or Brook Lopez, you just feed them the ball, make them get 40 points. 40 and 21. I don't know. And then the number one thing I learned from the NBA this weekend, a 10-point game is about a 2-possession game now. Back in the day when I was growing up, if you were down by 10, it's a blowout. The game's over. You guys are not coming back. But now, if you're down by 10 in the NBA, it's literally a 2-possession game. You just need about 2 threes and like because everybody on the other, every opponent you're playing is gonna shoot a 3 for like maybe out of 10 up and down possessions, 7 of those possessions are 3-point possessions. So it's easy to cut down game like the Portland game. Down by 24 before the third quarter. Down by 24 with about like 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Third quarter ends, they're down by about, I want to say 2. I don't have that written down, but I want to say 2. They were down by 2. They went into the fourth quarter down by 3 points. They were just down by 24 at 7 minutes. Back in the day, 2008, even 2010, you're down by 24, game's over. You're starting to rest your starter, you're starting to bench your starter. But that's the NBA now. And here's a caveat. The bubble has raised the intensity of the game. Out of all the games played this past weekend, there were only 5 blowouts. Miami versus Denver, the Pelicans against the Clippers, the Jazz against the Thunder, the Nets. That's about it. That's all I can think about. Then the game intensity has been raised. Maybe it's because those guys are happy that they're back. But I love the bubble. I don't care if fans or no fans. It hasn't messed up my I guess like love for the game because those guys are playing their heart out. Those guys are playing like it's like a wrecked game. And I love it. I love it.